Hi everyone, Colleen here from Colsey's Crafty Corner again. I just wanted to bring you a little card I taught in class. It's a very simple pop-up card, as you can see. It's a simple mechanism that works really well. I just wanted everyone to get the feel for what it would be like to make a pop-up card. And I'm using that a little note again, and also the sentiment from, oh gosh, I put them down, I can't remember where they are. Oh, here they are. So a little note is for the daffodils, and someone special is for the sentiment, and the little greeting inside, which I thought was lovely. So we'll get started. It's a very easy little card, it doesn't take much time. So first off, we will start with our piece here. This is where are my instructions? 5 5/8 by 3 5/8. So 5 5/8 by 3 5/8, and our back piece is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4. That's to go on to there. So first of all, we'll just take our stamp. I don't usually stamp for you because something always goes wrong when I do. I just need a bit of foam underneath. That just helps the acrylic stamp really well. Now you can stamp this to the right or the left, it's your choice, but I'll just go with the flow and keep doing it on the one side. So there it is there, and then we'll take our greeting, and in the black ink again, just there. Now I should be using the archival ink, but I haven't actually got any. So if you were using archival, you could colour this in with markers, but because I haven't, I'm going to be just colouring it in with some pencils. Now I'll only just do a little bit just so you can see how it goes. I just like to colour the flowers in. Now these are our watercolour pencils from Close to My Heart, and this one's Sunflower. I just do that with that one, and then I just colour in this one here, and then later on I'll come back with the, I better make sure it's clean, back with this one, and I'll just do little sweeping motions just to take the pencil marks away, and I shouldn't be colouring in on that. And then for the orange, I just do a little bit of a circle. But if it was the proper archival ink, it wouldn't bleed. It has bled, the black has bled just a little bit, but I know what the problem is. So that's how I'd do that, and then I would attach that to the panel piece. The only reason I'm using a different case is because I accidentally broke the other one and I haven't got round to replacing it. So there we are. So that just fits onto the front like that. It has a 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. We'll set that aside. Now for our card. Please do excuse my squeaky chair. So we're going to score our card in half. Now our card is 6 by 8 inches, and we're going to score it at 4. Now don't put your front piece on your card yet, leave that till after so you can remember which way you've put it in. Now for our little centerpiece, which is going to be the pop-up mechanism and become our planter box here. So we'll make that next. Now you've got a piece here that measures 3 1/4 by 4 inches. Place it in at the 3 1/4 inch mark, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 and 2 inches all the way across, and that's all the scoring we need. And then we're going to take a border punch. Now it doesn't matter what border punch you use, I'm just using the scallop edge one here, and we're just going to make some nice little scallops along the edge. There we go. Put that aside. I'll just snip off that little extra bit. Now if you like, some of the ladies last night I'm just using sorbet, that's the colour of my paper, and you can just dauber across the edge if you like, just to highlight that little bit. Highlight your little planter box. And then we're going to fold and burnish all our score lines. Just like that. And then we're going to add liquid glass to this piece here. Now if you've got the red tape, use, right, so just add a bit of liquid glass and go as close to that edge, but don't overdo it or it will bleed out. And then fold that back on itself and rub it flat. And then when that pops out, you now have your pop-up mechanism there. So we'll set that aside for a minute to allow that to adhere. Now I've got some that fake acetate that I was telling you about that I made. There's a sheet of it there. I'll move that out of the way. And I've just cut a 1/4 inch strip. Now these little ones here, they're 1/8 of an inch. Now on your cutter, when you open it up, there's the line there. Well, that tiny little line between here and here, that little plastic clear bit, that actually becomes 1/8 of an inch. And that's what I've used to cut it. You just lay it on and slice it up and it works beautifully. And that gives me just a nice thin little stem. Now I was actually gluing the back of these and having trouble, but I watched a lady last night who just put little dots of liquid glass down the middle of the acetate, and then she just laid that piece on top. So I say to you, Christine, thank you very much for that idea. Works so much better. And then you set that aside to set. And here's some I prepared earlier. Ta-da! I've got a couple here that I've already done. Now, I've also got some grass. I cut this from the Cricut, and I cut this out of the Plantain school, I forgot what it's called, Plantain school book cartridge. But you don't have to. You can just roughly draw some grass shapes and just cut it off, just as long as it's big enough that when you place it into here, it just sits like that. All I'm going to do is just glue that in place, and that makes really nice leaves for, like here on the, oh my gosh, for the daffodils. Jeez, I'm losing the plot today. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue across the bottom of here. Or if you, like I said, if you've got your red tape, use that. Glue that down. Just onto there. We'll set that aside for a minute. Now with our stalks, I like to cut them into half, because our biggest problem is making sure that our card, our flowers do not stick above the end of the card. See how when I shut it there's nothing there, but when you open it they're all in their planter box still. And yeah, when I first did it I had like flowers sticking out here. It wasn't real crash hot. So we'll do that, and I'll cut one off here because we only need 5. I'll use that one. Right, so there's all our stems. Now here, with our flowers, I've already pre-done some for us, but I'll show you. This one here is canary paper, but I'm using a honey ink. I wanted that slightly darker tint around the outside edge. So it looks really, really cute. Oh, well, it can stay there. Now, and for the other one, this colour here I've used is sorbet, and I'm just using some sorbet ink just to go around the edges. Whatever colour you're using, just use another colour that'll just highlight what it is. Now, for a little bit of our lovely glue pen here, and just place the centre in. There we go. There's all our flowers done. Oh, geez, some drunk lady did that one. just add some more glue. They come off just more glue. Right, I'll leave those two to dry. Now what we're going to do now is take our piece here. Okay, I can't find the glue dots. We'll use a bit of liquid glass. Put a little bit at the end. Now, you having the paper, the cardstock down, and place your first one in. Now, this is going to be too long for the card. We're going to trim them off, but I found it was easier to do it this way than try and put them in afterwards. And then this one onto here. Gee, I'm not doing very well. That one there. One in the middle. And then two on either side. Just to evenly space them out. If you want to clump them up, you can. If you want to put other flowers in, you can. If you want to make a little ladybird and stick in there, knock yourself out. You can do whatever you like with it. So that bit's done. I'll just give that a second to just set. Bring our card back in. Now when we go to position this piece in, we need to add glue to this surface and this surface here. So I'll add glue to the front, place it in, and then we're going to fold the card over onto the top of it. So if you've got red sticky strip, use that here too. Place it in as central as you can get it. And now hold it and press it down. Now be careful when you're doing this, because sometimes, and I noticed some of the ladies last night put it in, and then as they did it, they shifted it and it moved out. You need to have it sitting nice and flush to the fold line. Just like that. Ah, see, now that's moved just ever so slightly. So I'll have to add some more liquid glass to that point. But you can see how easily it moves, so it's got to go there. Maybe if I just hold that first. And then we'll add glue to this side. Fold that over, rub it shut. Yep, that's worked, but we'll need to leave it for a few minutes. Now while we're waiting, gently curl back this side and snip your stems about there, all the way across. Later on you can sort through them again. I've cut off about what? Not quite 3/4 of an inch I've trimmed off the top, but you know, a little bit here and there. They all are the same length, but that'll be fine, because then I can alter the flowers to be different sizes. So when you open up your card, it's sitting like that inside. Now I really do need my glue dots. So I'm using my teeny tiny ones, but that's all right, because I'll add two to the back of the flowers. We're going to add them on like this. We'll have long ones and short ones. Gosh, this chair is being annoying. So I'll make this one a slightly longer one. Maybe I should add the glue dots to these pieces. Just like that one that way. And then we'll fold it up. That's my tallest one. See how it doesn't come out past the end? That's what we're after. Anyway, continuing on with this saga of a card. Glue dot there. Oh, and there's the other one I dropped. and one just here. Add another flower. Glued on. It is easy to do, I've just made it look very difficult to do. And we'll add that flower just there like that. And there you have it. There's our pop-up card. Now we'll take our last sentiment. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. And we'll just put that into the middle there. And there you have it. And that fits into a standard Australian sized envelope. I'll just add this to the top. Do you know? Right. That doesn't want to play ball, so we're going to go this way. When all else fails, use your liquid glass. And this has 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Now some of the other ladies, the first card I ever made, I put a strip across the bottom. You can if you want to, but I rather liked it plain. So it's up to you what you'd like to do. So that is my card. Sorry I made it look harder than it was, but I thought it was rather pretty, and it's a nice card to give to someone for any occasion. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you give it a go, and till next time, keep on creating, and thanks for watching. Bye.